The Gray Squirrel, as presented by Abdullah, Brandon, and Rohr. The gray squirrel's diet ranges from nuts to bird eggs, and they sometimes even eat each other. They will live anywhere where there are large deciduous trees. The American eastern gray squirrel naturally resides in the eastern U.S. There it helps balance the temperate forest biome.
However, when the gray squirrel got introduced to Europe, things were kind of different. These squirrels overpopulated the area, and the heterotrophic creatures outcompeted the less aggressive red squirrels for food, water, and shelter. Red squirrels are a native species in Eurasia that are being outcompeted by the invasive gray squirrel. Unfortunately for the red squirrels, they cannot tolerate the aggressive behavior coming from the gray squirrel. The gray squirrels are affecting the biodiversity of the area by killing the red squirrels. The gray squirrel is actually taking over the red squirrel's habitat and niche. The R-selected gray squirrel can really endanger the K-selected tree because it strips the bark from the trunk. The autotrophic trees provide food for the heterotrophic animals that feed off of it, but when the squirrel strips the tree bark, the heterotrophic animals can't get food from the tree, and the whole food web is disrupted. Unfortunately, our printer could not print in color ink, but I can tell you what this graph represents. This line represents the gray squirrel's growth as an invasive species, and this line represents the decline of the red squirrels. This line also represents the coyotes. Notice up here that the gray squirrel reached its carrying capacity. The population of the red squirrels in the United Kingdom is estimated to be 161,000 squirrels. Of this, about 121,000 of the squirrels are in Scotland.
Unfortunately, when we looked for ways that are currently being used to save the red squirrel, most of them involved killing off all the gray squirrels. To conserve the population of red squirrels without harming those gray squirrels, one good alternative would be to use squirrel-proof bird feeders in the area where gray squirrels are dominant to prevent them from also making the bird population decline. We must, as with any conservation we're using for any organism, clean up any human waste such as garbage or dog droppings. We could also make programs to export gray squirrels back to the eastern United States. That would be a humane alternative. Okay. That makes the end of our presentation. Hopefully you liked it, and hopefully you can, if possible, help with our gray squirrel conservation without harming it. I know how much you all love gray squirrels. For the end, we put a little humor here, a super squirrel and a joker squirrel. Hopefully you'll like that. Hopefully you can read the words, but these are the sources we use for finding it. You'll note that they're all reliable sources. Nothing that could be easily edited by any internet troll like Wikipedia. So if you want to look at where we got our information or any details that you want to see, just look those up on the internet and have fun exploring.